Charles Haley. You're listening to Nothing But Niners.
This is Kyle Juszczyk, and you're listening to Nothing But Niners.
So now they've got to start from deep in their end of the field, and Garrison Hurst takes advantage of it. He takes the handoff, takes to his right, gets to the 20. He's in the 30, needs to cut in. He comes back up the right sideline, breaks the third tackle, comes down to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! 49ers! 96-yard run from scrimmage. Garrison Hurst breaking tackle after tackle, sweeps down the sideline, throws off bodies like clothes after a marathon.
Young, back to throw. In trouble, he's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again, to the 35, cuts back at the 30, to the 20, the 50, the 10. He died. Touchdown, 49ers.
Third down, Alex takes the snap. Alex looking down in post, and he's got it! Touchdown! Touchdown, 49ers!
For the second down, Ryan takes the snap, throws the slant to the left side. It's Russell, intercepted! The 49ers take it, and Navarro Bowman is redemption! Navarro Bowman running it all the way for the touchdown! No greater redemption!
The San Francisco 49ers, we can do whatever we want.
Click, click, boom! What is going on, faithfuls? It's your boy Mike from the Nothing But Niners crew. We are now 4-0, and there's only one other team with a record like us. And we coming for y'all. We're going to see y'all week 13, but I'm going to get to that later on. The 49ers are on a tear, man, guys. 14 regular season wins in a row. We are one game behind the franchise record of 15 regular season wins in a row. And guys, I got every feeling in the world that we can get right there with them, man. The Niners are on a crash collision with the high-scoring Dallas offense, the good low-scoring Dallas defense, and they got to see us because we reciprocate everything that they've given us. But I'm going to stop. I'm going to go through these formalities, and I'm going to go ahead and get ready to get down with the get down. We got pressers coming up, man. Kyle Shanahan is going to be addressing the media very soon, so we're going to break all of that down. We're going to have the live pressers, and y'all already know what we do here after a win. Guys, it's victory shot time. Now, I'm going to have to mix it up a little bit. I need something a little lighter on my stomach, so I can't really do the whole Gold Bar whiskey thing today, but I'm going to do something a little lighter, something a little bit easier. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to bring my girl Melissa on at some point, but let me run through these formalities really quick for those of you who may not know exactly who we are. Again, guys, this is the Nothing But Niners channel on YouTube. This is your first time here. If this popped up on your algorithms, I want to thank you for being an intelligent person. That's how we popped up. Okay, like the show, man. Give us a thumbs up. You see it scrolling across the bottom of the screen. After you give us the thumbs up, subscribe, and then turn on your notifications so you know exactly when we are going live. That way, other brilliant people like yourself can find this channel. Give us a follow on some of our social media platforms. We have Facebook and Twitch. Those handles are Nothing But Niners, that is spelled all the way out. And then follow us on 3 other platforms, all right? That's going to be Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. Those handles are Nothing But 9. That is the number 9. You guys count the fingers here. 9. Nothing But 9 ERS. And if you guys want to party hard with us all week long, and when I say all week, y'all, I mean all week long, you got to give us a follow on patreon.com. Between Patreon and the Nothing But Niners YouTube page, you guys are probably getting a show almost every day of the week. But you got to be subscribed to the right tiers. If you just want to join us for the Sunday Fun Day, when the games are on, we are live. We are breaking it all down, real time, real reactions, real guests coming on and everything. Guys, patreon.com/NB9ERS. The $5 tiers gets you the games. Every once in a while, we'll throw a bonus episode over there trying to encourage you to bump up your tiers. But the $10 tiers and the $20 tiers get a lot of exclusive content over there as well. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Patreon.com/NB9ERS. Now, what we're going to do with this one is I want to do some victory shots. I'm going to post the link in the chat. I only want people who want to come in for the victory shots right now, okay? I only want people for the victory shot. So when you see that comment pop up across the bottom of the screen, click the link, make sure you got your video on, and go and get your glass, because it's time for the 49ers to represent for that. I ain't going to say it because we're not past the 8 minutes yet, but there is the link, guys. You see it across the bottom of the screen. Click the link, get your drink, and let's have a good time, man. We're going to have a good overreaction episode. I promise you guys that, okay? So I'm gonna wait for everybody to get in here. Shot. Huh? See, I didn't say the last part, so I don't get hit with the copyright infringement. Lil John ain't got nothing on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for this one. You know, I'm ready. I'm prepared. All right. Where's my remote? I gotta turn this junk off. Where's my TV remote? Uh-oh. I'm losing it. I don't know either, Mama. I just had it over here. It's just I can't see shit. Oh, I cursed. I see my man Steve Fox in the building down there. I'm going to get him in here in a second. You know what I'm saying? Guys, the pressers are started. So the victory shots are going to take place immediately after Kyle Shanahan's presser is over. So you guys, I'm giving you more time to get in here. I'm only taking one shot tonight, guys. My stomach is a little weird. I'm on a new level of medication and all that stuff. I can't throw him back the way I used to. I see my man Steven here. I see the homegirl. Betty is in the building. I'm coming all the way over from the Patreon community. I like that. I respect that. As soon as Kyle Shanahan has done his presser, I will bring all you in for the shot. So I'm going to give you guys more time to get in here. All right, let's get Kyle Shanahan to the beginning of his presser. I'm going to let it play through. We're going to have a good time. All right, here we go. Let me get the closed caption on so you guys can understand what Kyle is saying. Boom. Let me add Kyle to the screen. Boom. Let me make Kyle full screen. And let's go ahead and hit play on Kyle Shanahan's presser. See what he's got to say following the game. Here we go.
Them schematically, just how many guys that they have and how much they choose to drop into coverage, and especially with their personnel when they have 6 guys on the line. So that can be a challenging spot to score. And we felt that going into this game. So if you would have told me we were 5 for 5 before, I would have been extremely happy.
You've acknowledged when you traded for McCaffrey, I think it's 19 days short of a year you traded for him ago. Did he you gave up a lot of draft picks to get him? You acknowledge that there's a risk always when you do something like that. Did you imagine he would be this good?
I mean, you hope so. I mean, you know, he's that good of a player just watching him and stuff. I mean, I think the whole league does. But then when you get someone, or when you're around him personally, then you realize how much better he is just because of the intangibles that he has and really his whole makeup and how he works each week and how he prepares for a season, from what he's been doing with us and OTAs all the way till now. I mean, he's as much of a professional as I've been around. And, you know, in order to make trades, you usually have to give a little bit more to get people. And then there's always a risk that they won't work out. There's injuries in this league. There's tons of stuff. But what you like to do is know who the guy you're betting on. And he's a dude that I think everyone would bet on. So
On the field, make his teammates better.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, all good players out there make their teammates better. But my favorite thing about it is just how he carries himself too. That's when you're one of the best players in the league, but you carry yourself with the work ethic and the consistency of how important every little detail is. And he's harder on himself than anybody is. It makes it fun to coach everyone else too.
Are you limited at all? You were limited anyway today, or did you have to do it?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't really practice all week. So it was a hell of a job, just him getting himself ready to where he could go out there and play. He didn't get a ton of opportunities, but you know, that it ends up being a good thing because hopefully he's taken care of more from this game, can check out fine, and get a little better week next week.
As a former receiver, how amazed are you at the catch radius of Aiyuk and how it's grown this year?
I mean, I always look at Aiyuk like he's one of the taller receivers. I don't know if he is height-wise, but his arms are what make him that way. He's got a great radius. You can put it anywhere around him, and Brock's got a lot of confidence in him, and he took 3 shots to him down the field, and came down with all 3 of them. So BA's just getting better and better, and he's doing it with his quarterback too.
Come on, guys, click that link. Get in here for the victory shots. Come on, y'all.
No, don't ever say that. With his quarterback too.
Can you imagine what it would be like if you didn't get McCaffrey?
No, don't ever say that.
Did it come close in your mind? You almost didn't get him?
Yeah, it's real close. I mean, there's always, especially when you decide on something and then you need a little bit more. And it's like, man, we weren't going to do that. Should we do more? And it's always that huge debate. That's why usually when trades happen with lots of good players, there's usually 1 or two teams involved, because trades are tough and there's always a huge risk. And when those don't work out, it's not just, oh, the player didn't work out. It's also, you don't get those draft picks back too. So there's always a gamble to it, but no, life has been much better. All right. Thanks, guys.
Okay, all right. So that's it for Kyle Shanahan. We're going to remove him, and I'm going to start adding my victory shot. People, I hope y'all are ready. Make sure y'all are dressed. Make sure y'all got everything on that y'all need. I don't want to see nothing on screen that I'm not supposed to see. We've had a couple accidents throughout our long history here, but today we are going to avoid that. Shout out to all of you guys, man. Let's go, man. I'm about to pour mine up live right here. Oh, my goodness. The Niners went out there and did their thing. No, Bear, I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to hear from you, Bear, but my dog is even fired up about the 49ers victory today, man. We finally crossed the 30-point mark. Oh, man, I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. That's right. Tell him again, big guy. That's what I'm talking about, man. Bear's fired up. Talking is talk. All right, guys, let's throw them back, and then I want to hear from you all one by one. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. Let me scroll down. I got Z in here. What's going on? Steve, Betty, and Melissa. All right. Let's throw them up, guys. Through the lips and past the gums. Watch out, Tummy. Here it comes. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. We outside.
Oh, my goodness. I wish I could play my touchdown celebration song right now, but it's got music in it, so I can't do it. We're going to start with my guy, Steve, all right? What we're going to do is I'm going to highlight you all one by one. I'm going to give you guys the floor, get off whatever thoughts that you may have, and then I'm going to cut you out. And then we're going to get back to the pressers, and we'll do some more overreacting, all right? So we'll start with my man, Steve. He was the first one in here. Betty, you're up next. All right, Steve, your thoughts on your performance from your favorite team today, man, the 49ers. What's up?
I absolutely loved it. First of all, game ball, I think it goes to Brock Purdy. I mean, like, amazing performance. 20 for 21, 283 yards. You can't ask much better than that.
No, man. I was absolutely surprised. I want to comment on that just for 1 second, man. Brock Purdy had one incompletion, and he did something, but they haven't highlighted it yet because I guess it's not a big deal. I don't know if you guys remember, back in 2011, Alex Smith finished the game. It was either 18 of 19 or 19 of 21, but he needed one more completion to, like, finish a game with the highest completion percentage with a minimum of 20 yards, and he didn't get the extra completion, right? Brock Purdy did it today. I believe that is a franchise record for 20-plus pass attempts and completion percentage. So I can't prove it right now. I will do my best to try to find it. I will look it up at some point, and then, we'll break it down later. But shout out to Brock Purdy. Guys, I think the Niners got their quarterback, man. I think they got their quarterback. But go ahead, Steve. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. No, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but when we play the Eagles week 13, I hope that's the Brock Purdy we see. And that week, like this week going forward, but especially that week. And I want, if Hassan Riddick is on the field for the Eagles, I want George Kittle on the field blocking him.
You already having flashbacks, man. We a long way away from there.
Kyle, if you end up watching this, straight up.
Steve, you're tripping, man. It's too early. Let me tell you something.
Like I said, not to get ahead of it, but it has to be issued. Like it has to be said.
Let me tell you why I'm not worried about the Eagles game, right? Are you superstitious at all? Do you have any superstitions at all, Steve?
Yeah, I know. Like when people like when people say something during the game, I'm like, oh man, he just jinxed us, something like that. Like, that's like during the game though.
Right. Click the link, Ben. Click the link, Ben. I have superstitions that don't just apply to football, right? I grew up with this thing in my household. I didn't really know what it meant when I was young, but if we were walking in a group, you don't split the pole, right? My mom used to yell bread and butter, and I'm like, no one's feeding me anything. What are we talking about? I didn't know what it meant, but you don't split the pole. Apparently that divides families. So if it's higher than your shoulder, you all got to go on the same side of the pole and stuff like that, right? All kinds of weird stuff that was going on. But here is a superstition that 90% of the world, well, 90% of the U.S. knows about, but they might not subscribe to it. The unlucky number 13. The unlucky number 13. Let me tell you something. Brock Purdy is changing the way we even look at superstitions. Not only is he wearing the number 13, guess what week we play the Eagles? Go ahead,
13.
Bro. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? This is destiny. This is destiny. We are going to whoop the Eagles' ass in week 13. I'm telling you right now, Niners, by guess how many? You guessed it, 13. Fucking right, baby.
I like it, Mike. I like it.
Let's go, man. Niners by 13, bro. You're not going to have to worry about Brock Purdy getting his arm blown out again and all that stuff. He's got titanium. They showed some kind of superimposed graphic that showed all the kind of new technology. He's got nanos and shit in there, man. That arm is stronger than what it ever was. He's T2, man. He's Terminator 2 right now. He's titanium alloy with nanotechnology. He should be an Avenger. Brock Purdy was out there like Hawkeye throwing lasers. He didn't miss except for one time the whole game, and that's because we were behind the sticks and it was 3rd and long. That's the only reason he missed anything all game long, man. I think we should have a lot of confidence in this young man going forward. I know I do. I'm not worried about Brock Purdy or the Eagles.
Absolutely got a lot of confidence in him. I was just saying who I want on Hassan Reddick to be blocking him. And it's not no 3rd string tight end. I want George Kittle out there blocking him.
I will say this much, though. If we learned anything about last week's game, it's that the Niners are well prepared to take care of any blitz package that gets thrown their way. Tell them again, Bear. Tell them again, Bear. Tell them what's up. Right? The Niners are prepared for any blitz package they throw our way. Right? They blitzed Brock Purdy over 80% of the time last week, and you didn't worry about him getting hit and taking injuries or anything like that. Hassan Reddick can come on all he wants. All that's going to do is open stuff up for us somewhere else, man. The Niners have put the pieces together, and they are in place so that way we are just setting up dominoes. We're just setting up dominoes all along, man. That's what we're doing. All right. That's enough. I should have told you to stop. Okay, good job. You told us what you feel. All right, Niners won. We're happy too. Thank you. Okay, stay there. Stay. Good boy. Okay, Steve, anything else before we get on to Betty?
No. I feel like I've taken up too much time already, and I apologize to everyone else. So I'm going to let everyone else, get on with their comments.
Hey, Steve, man, be safe over there. I'm happy to see you're at home now, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's go, baby, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. All right, you have a great night. I hope you continue to watch. If you need something, man, let me know. All right, I got you, man.
All right. Have a good one.
My guy Steve holding it down, man. That's my guy Steve. Betty, you are up next in the queue. We're gonna get Steve off of there. There you go. How are you, Betty? I saw you in Patreon Challenger, people. One little blemish, one little chink in the armor. Sudden people were throwing flags like, oh man, they were giving up, and you called them on it right away. Talk your shit, Betty. What's up?
No, this was it was a heart racer. I'm not gonna lie, it was a heart racer. But sometimes that's the way it's got to be. We did what we had to do. We played good football. We had our shifts. It was up and down. We had to check ourselves a little bit. Yeah. But you know what was my tell? I think I can't remember exactly when it was, but it was a point in the game. Things were kind of crazy. It was after that touchdown. When they went 99 yards. Okay. And they panned to the defense, and Fred Warner was sitting there with his legs shaking. His leg was shaking.
Anxious.
Yes, he was like, "Never again. This is not happening again."
Yeah,
I saw that. I was like, "Okay, we good. We good. We had to have that small heart attack, and we got this." And sometimes that's what it is. Sometimes you gotta wake yourself up.
Yeah.
And go on.
Here's what I'm happy about, right? We got smacked in the face on that drive. It caught us all off guard, and I even said it during the live stream. We can't claim to be one of the top 3 defenses in the NFL and let teams drive 99 and a half yards on us. Get to the end zone. It's one thing if they drive and we hold them to a field goal, right? It's like, oh, they're breaking us, and then we hold tight at the end. We didn't even do that. They got in the end zone on that, right? And I'm like, man, like we can't be those guys and think we're the guy, and that's happening. And like you said, you just see it was like a cage lion pacing back and forth. If anybody gets close to this cage, I'm on your ass, bro. Like that's what it was. That's what it was. The guys went out, they flipped it up another notch. They brought a different level of physicality. We had some injury scares and all that afterwards, but that shows you that they were putting in a little bit extra. They were putting in just a little bit more juice. You know what I mean? And we weren't going to be denied. And shout out to the Cardinals too, right? The Cardinals had a pretty good game plan. I was thoroughly impressed with Joshua Dobbs. I don't know what y'all think about that young man, but for someone who came in here as quickly as he did to pick up this offense and to have them moving the way that he did, I was impressed with Joshua Dobbs, and the Niners did a really, really good job. He finished the game with like 58, 60-something yards rushing, the most athletic guy that we have faced so far this season. I think we did a pretty good job containing him, controlling him. And then you know what, man? It's one thing to let a team score on you, and then you fold afterwards, but we kept answering. And we kept answering, and we kept answering. So, yeah, you got your 7, but take this 14 to the face. You know, like, what are you going to do with that? All right, Brady, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. You go ahead and finish your thoughts out. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. I just want to say I love you guys. I love my Niners. Like, let's go. It's from here on out, and it's only from the sky on up here. So
that's right.
Thank you for everything. Thank you for all you do. I love listening to you. You're my boy, so let's go.
I appreciate it, Betty. Thank you so much for jumping in today, okay?
All right.
We're going to get my man Z up in here next. Z, where you at, man? Come on, bro. Come on. Bring the pain, man. Let's go.
The dark one is here.
Come on, man. I'm going to start singing the Darkwing Duck music when you come on here, man.
Let's get dangerous.
What'd you think of the game, man? Was this a nail biter for you? Were you confident from start to finish? Christian McCaffrey, 4 freaking touchdowns, man. Like what? Brock Purdy with a rushing touchdown. I couldn't believe that. Like he finished the game with just 1, right? Like it was so impressive. Like it just didn't feel like it was just 1. It felt like Brock Purdy was like instrumental in every single drive, every scoring drive that was happening out there. I was surprised with the stats being as low as it was, but man, oh man, was he efficient. You can't ask for much more than that. When a quarterback is that efficient, you know what they're expecting when they get down there in the red zone? Passes. And so that explains why Christian McCaffrey was able to do what he was doing out there, man. But let me shut up. Z, go ahead. The dark one is on the floor.
We talked Thursday, and I was telling everybody that Purdy can take deep shots, pause, and he did that. He did that. He did that. You know, he showed everybody that he could throw the ball deep, and you need not to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Brock Purdy for having 1 incompletion. I was hoping he was going to go the whole game without throwing an incompletion, but you know that's Madden type shit.
Yo, no, 1 incompletion is Madden type shit. Like let's be real here. And I stand on this. I can't prove it because obviously it's too little too late, right? I can't prove it at all, right? But the truth of the matter is, if it weren't for that forced Debo touch, right? His first touch of the game, it was a loss. It was an obvious play to Debo. It was a loss of yards that put us behind the sticks. We come out in 2nd and 12. They know we're passing. They send the pressure. He gets sacked. Now it's 3rd and forever. Of course, that's going to be the incompletion. You know what I'm saying? It was either going to be a check down for something short and insignificant, or it was going to be the incompletion. I felt that incompletion coming, but it's not about how you start, right? That was the first one. It's not about how you start. It's about how you finish. After that, we punt. By the way, phenomenal punt. Pin them inside the 1. You can't ask for more than that, right? But it's how you finish. He went back and picked up right where he left off. No more incompletions for the rest of the game. Bro, 20 of 21 is Madden type shit. And I'm talking
phenomenal.
I'm talking like you play in Madden tournaments and you put that joint on rookie mode. Like that's the type of Madden shit that we saw out there tonight from Brock Purdy. It was incredible.
It's crazy because I swear I don't know why I thought he had 2 throwing touchdowns because I thought he threw one to he did throw one to McCaffrey. I thought he threw 2.
McCaffrey, right? Yo,
Yeah, I thought he
I
threw
swear
two to
on
him.
everything. I was like, yo, that wasn't a pass. I
Right.
swear on everything I saw when I was like, yo, that was a pass and touchdown. And they were like, no, McCaffrey ran it in again. I'm like, what did I miss? So I don't know. I thought maybe it was the alcohol in my system and medication. I don't know, a combination of the two, but I thought one of them was a pass as well.
Yeah, man. Just like I said, that was a good win today, and you gotta give it to Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey and Aiyuk for coming off the little injury and still getting 148. I believe that's what he got.
Yeah. He finished the game. Brandon Aiyuk finished the game with 6 catches, 148. The only thing that would have made the night better for Brandon Aiyuk was a touchdown. I'm not gonna hold you, but 20 points in your standard PPR league, coming off the injury, that's all you can ask for. Why he went to the presser wearing what looks like a Green Bay Packers hockey jersey is beyond me. I'm going to do some deep analyzing of what he wore to the presser. I'm going to bring that up when we're done with this segment. But, I was happy to see Aiyuk out there. He was so good that we didn't need to rely on Kittle or Debo tonight.
And that's a crazy thing. Just like there's so much people that we can let eat. And it's just certain games is their games. This game was a Christian McCaffrey game. Now Sunday night might be a Kittle game. You understand? There's like so many people out there. We just can't we can't feed them all. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. And that keeps the opposing defenses guessing. You can sit around all week long and you can pick your poison. Here's what you can't do as a defensive coordinator. You can't say, all right, guys, all we got to do is stop McCaffrey, Kittle, Debo, Aiyuk, and we'll win this game. You can't say that. You can't name 4 out of 11 starters and say, as long as we stop them, we're okay. What defensive coordinators have to do is try to focus on 2. They have to try to focus on 2. And the cool thing about the Niners is if you take those 2 away, we got 2 more that we're going to pound you in the face with, Paul. So that's the beauty in what we're seeing right now. That is the absolute beauty in what we're seeing, man. I wouldn't have it any other way. Kyle Shanahan has his roster put together the exact way he wants it.
See, the only piece Carl was missing was Christian McCaffrey. And he got him, and you can see it. You can see it. Like he got who he wanted and who he needed. It's just like there's no stopping him. Sunday night's going to be a big challenge for us, and I'm going to be waiting for that.
I'm gonna be in the building on Sunday night, so I'm hoping that the Niners hold true. I hope that they somehow manage to stay in there. And my daughter's excited. She's over here cheering and smiling and giddy. She's asking me every second, "Oh, this is the weekend. This is the weekend." She's so hyped right now, man. So we're both excited. It's gonna be a good game, man. Anything else, Z, before I let you go?
Nope, that's it. Bang bang Niner game. Dark one out.
All right, man. The dark one has spoken. All right, man. We're gonna get my man up here. What does it say here? Dan, the corn man. I thought it said the con man. I was gonna say, man, you a hacker, but it says the corn man. Okay, you gotta explain this to me, man. Is corn on the cob your favorite food?
No. So when I created my YouTube account, I decided to make it in for the Huskers. I'm a Cornhuskers fan.
Oh, okay. All right, I respect that.
So as well as being a Niners fan, but that was a really good offensive game. I loved it. I thought the defense could have done better in the third quarter, but other than that, it was pretty solid.
Yeah. No, it was more than solid, man. This was a really good team game. Special teams had their moments, ups and downs. Getting penalties on special teams for the opposing team. Just playing into their emotions and their tempers and all that stuff. This was a really, really well balanced game. Yeah. And the one stat that I think is probably the most important is the penalties. I think it's the penalties. So the Niners finished the game. Where is it at? Hold on. Let me see if I can find it here. Hold on. The Niners finished the game with just 4 penalties. I'm saying just 4. 4 is about where you want to be. 4 to 6, you don't want any more than that. But we had been getting so many penalties every single game. Only 4 except the penalties on the 49ers, man. A step in the right direction. Again, we talk about this often. Melissa, I got you. I see you. We talk about this often in the shows, right? The penalties are self-inflicted wounds. Those are the things that we don't want to see. Ben, make sure you come back because we're going to get you on right after Dan. But we don't want to see the penalties. That's how you hurt yourself. And the Niners were doing some crazy penalties these last couple of weeks. This week, they seem to really, really knock it out. One of the penalties I thought, I don't really like that one. Then there was one on Charvarius Ward. They called that one on Mooney. The hand on the back when the receiver was turning around. I didn't think that was a real penalty, but we'll take it. Kyle didn't even believe it was a real penalty. He dapped him up on the sideline as they were announcing the penalty. Like he was like, "Nah, that was good. You're good with me. I'm not gonna hold that against you." Right? Like it was that good. The team is really, really improving every single week, and this is the time right now is where we usually start to hit our stride as 49er fans.
Yeah, and one of the things I was really impressed with too is I was impressed that we put pressure on the quarterback, because that was something that I felt like we didn't do well in weeks 2 and 3. Maybe it's because we were on a short week and we were on the road or whatever. But I like the fact that we put a lot of pressure on Joshua Dobbs. The one thing I wish we had done better was defend the passing game a little bit better, because 269 yards of passing against an offense that I really don't think is that great isn't very much of an improvement. I still think we got to work on that a bit, but other than that, I think we're square.
Yeah. I mean, they finished the game with 257, but they take away sack yards and things like that. So he ended up passing for. Joshua Dobbs finished passing for 235 in total passing yards. But it says here that they finished the game with 250. How the hell did someone else throw a pass on that for them? Hold on, wait, what?
Not that I'm aware.
This says their passing yards were 257, but when I go to player stats, it says Joshua Dobbs 235, and he's the only one with passings. What the heck is that?
Maybe it takes in sack yards. I'm not sure.
Oh, they subtract the sack yards from his total. Okay, that's right.
Oh.
Okay, that's what it is. That's what I'm sorry. I apologize.
One last thing, Dallas is going to get their butt kicked. I have no doubt. Dallas is going to get their butt kicked against us. They are not going to be able to stop our offense with Christian McCaffrey running all over like that. And Brandon Aiyuk, I think Brandon Ayuk's our receiver 1 now, because I think Brock Purdy tends to find him open a lot more than any of the other receivers on the field.
Yeah. And all over the field. Brock Purdy all of a sudden has confidence down the field, guys. This is an aspect. Listen, we talked about how important it was for Kyle Shanahan to get his guy in Christian McCaffrey. The deep ball to Brock Purdy is what Christian McCaffrey is to Kyle Shanahan. The league has fucked up, y'all. I'm sorry. Dan, I don't know how old you are. Maybe I shouldn't have said, I don't know, but listen, the league is in trouble. The league is in absolute trouble. You let Brock Purdy get confident in a deep ball, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yeah, it is. All right, man. That's all I got. Let some of your other guys get in.
Dan, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for jumping in here, okay?
Yep.
All right. Ben, you're up
What
next,
up,
man.
What up?
Here we go. Did you take a victory shot, Ben?
I didn't take a victory shot because you can see I'm under a little nasally, feeling a little sick, but you guys take them for me. Please.
You know what, man? I said I wasn't going to do this because this medication.
I got you covered.
A little nauseous. Yeah, I'm going to do it with you, Melissa. Hold on. I'm going to pour another one up here. My drink of the night is a little bit of Crown. I'm tapping in my peachy bag, but I'm doing the Crown Black. I can't do the ones with all the sugars and stuff. Really messes with me. I'll do a half a shot here. I got you, Ben.
Well, hold on. The shot is for the win, and it's for the birthday.
It's your birthday?
It's my birthday. We got the dub, baby.
Happy
birthday!
Got the dub.
Yes.
Let's go.
Salute. Cheers, you guys. Cheers.
Salute. Let's go, man. Happy birthday. Listen, I'm not Wayne. I don't have the voice. I'm not going to sing to you or nothing like that, but happy birthday, bro.
There you go.
That is what's up, man. Yeah, right. I don't even have that cool ass sound. Let me see what I got here. Hold on. I got a round of applause in here I can play.
There you go.
Hold on. Let me play the applause for my man Ben.
Thank you. Let's go, baby. Yes.
I'm gonna play some fireworks for you. Let's go. Send them up in the air.
There you go.
Boom. I got a $600 ticket because of fireworks, man. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Wow.
Is today your actual birthday?
Today is my actual birthday.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Man, when you get to watch your team get a win on your birthday, it's a little different, right?
Exactly.
Like, you feel like you kind of like were part of it. Like this was for me. This was right? Come on, man. Talk about it.
I loved it. Like I loved every second of it. I think what I was surprised about, but yet I knew it was gonna happen. The way Brandon was just catching everything he was getting thrown at. Like it was just, I don't know, like You know, it's like he reached for it, caught it. Two people covering him, caught it. What can this guy not do?
Yeah. Fingertip grabs, contested catches, man. He did it all.
Exactly.
Ben,
Like I love it all. And then there was like this one play that what was it? That kind of threw me off a little bit. I don't know if it was Debo, I think, had the ball. Kittle was blocking. And even though we still didn't make the first, it was still like Arizona was still confused. Like, what are they doing? What are they doing?
Right.
They just kept running around. They're like, oh no, block over here. Block. Oh, wait. Kittle's over there. No, Debo's over there. Just like, they didn't know what we were doing. And I loved it. I just loved it.
You got to love seeing the confusion, man.
Exactly. Like I don't know. Like, and then Purdy, like, I hope he does get the game ball. He does deserve it.
Yes,
he does deserve it.
Yes, he does.
But I mean, like, this win, of course, yeah, I felt good because it was a birthday. But I don't know. It was just something different, I guess, because everybody was just like, "Oh, Arizona's going to beat you. Arizona's fresh." Blah blah. I'm just like, no, we're going to win.
No doubt, right? I hope that I feel the way you feel today on my birthday.
I hope so too, Mike. I do.
My birthday is on Thanksgiving this year, so the Niners play the Seahawks that day.
Mike, they have to win on your birthday.
On, right? Like that, we got to get it. So, Ben, I am living vicariously through you, and I hope that I experience it later, man.
Yes, the momentum will go shift to you.
There you go. I got a surprise for you, okay?
If it makes you feel any better, there's no way they win on my birthday, so it makes yours a little special.
You want to have a
They
summer
can't win on my birthday.
You got a summer birthday?
It's March 5th. March 5th. Literally, like, the only thing that we could win is maybe the first day of free agency if it's that early. So, like,
right. Or
there's no possible way to win on my birthday.
In 15 years, when the NFL expands to 22 regular season games, then maybe
there you go. There you go.
Maybe we get a Super Bowl win on your birthday, Melissa. Hey, Ben, I got something for you. I told you I wasn't going to sing for you, but my daughter said, Daddy, let me do it for you. So here you go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ben. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you. I love it. Thank you. Thank you.
That's my daughter Aria there, man.
Thank you.
She is quite the team player, man. Ben, did you get to spend the day with anybody, or were you by yourself watching the game, going crazy? What?
I was with the missus, and we were just sitting, just watching the game. Had some cake, game.
Yeah.
I had to go to work earlier, but hey, got out just in time, watched the whole game.
Beautiful. That's all you can ask for, man.
Exactly.
Go make a little bit of money, then sit back and relax. You know, enjoy the fruits of your labors and another trip around the sun, man. Ben, congratulations.
Exactly.
I sincerely hope you feel better. I know you said you were a little congested. I've been fighting this little nasally thing too. So I hope you feel better, my man. Any final thoughts before we let you go?
Final thoughts. Let's just go for that other dub against the Cowgirls, please. But just one question for you, Mike. One question for you.
Absolutely.
Are you going to be home, or are you going to your mom's house to go watch that game?
I am going to California with my daughter. I am going to be in the game. I'm going to the game.
Good.
I'm going to the game next week. Let me tell you something, man. I will never watch a 49ers Cowboys game with my mom if I can help it. She is the biggest curse I have ever seen in my entire life. Like she is a diehard Cowboys fan, but she doesn't watch any of the games.
Wow.
She just comes over. She has headbands. She has bracelets, earrings. She puts on necklaces, jerseys, slippers, socks, all the disrespect. She comes in. She parks in my driveway. She has a little sun blocker that's Cowboys and all that stuff and wants to back into my driveway and put that shit in. Mom, no, absolutely not. Matter of fact, you know what? Where's my phone? I'm calling her right now. Don't come to my house.
Oh, no.
I'm calling her right now. I'm calling her right now and tell her, don't come to my house, because see, my mom thinks she's slick, right? She'll try to come over and check on my family while I'm gone and park her car in reverse. I'm calling her right now. I'm about to tell her right now. Y'all gonna hear this live on the air. Ben, if I get cursed out by my mom, it's your fault, okay?
It's my fault.
Hi, Mom. I'm live on the air. Can you hear me? Oh, she said, wait a minute. I'm waiting. Oh, did you mean a whole minute?
No. This I didn't know what was going on. It was trying to connect to the Bluetooth, and it was trying to pull up on speaker. I'm like, wait a minute.
Okay.
Trying to connect to the Bluetooth.
Well, okay. I just want to let you know. Next week, me and your granddaughter are supposed to be going to California for the 49ers Cowboys game. Okay, I know you know. But I'm live on the air, and one of the viewers just said his name is Ben. Today's Ben's birthday.
Hello.
No, you're supposed to say happy birthday, not okay. You say happy birthday. That's the polite thing.
I'm sorry. I know. I thought you were going to ask me something else. Happy birthday, Ben.
Thank you.
Okay, now Ben remembers when you came over when the Niners were winning against the Cowboys, and then we lost that game. And he asked me if I was going to be with you during this game, and I told him emphatically no. But I need to add a stipulation. Are you listening?
I am.
Do not come to my house when I'm not here on game day. Park your car in reverse in my driveway and put your little visor up that says Cowboys, your sun blocker in my yard, because I don't want anybody in the neighborhood just thinking for a second that this house is represented by the Cowboys. Okay? I just want to make sure that we have a clear understanding. I will tell Melissa to ban you. I will park my work van at the very end of the driveway. I'll block the sidewalk. I'll get a ticket. I don't care. Because you are a jinx, and I don't want it to happen. Okay?
Oh, man.
All right. So I'm doing this on air. I told them I was going to do my part. I'm going to hold us down. I'm going to make sure I'm doing everything I can for my Niners. But I wanted to put it out there that I've officially asked you not to come to my house on game day during the game. If you come early, that's cool. Because I know you're going to be in Cowboys gear head to toe, but don't show up during the game, okay?
All right.
She agreed, too. I thought she was going to say something. My mom is a wordsmith, y'all. She'll say something like, I hear you. I understand, but she won't say okay. She said all right, so that means she agreed. Okay, cool. Okay.
You used the
All right,
birthday, though.
Love you all the more.
All right, have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
You weaponize
Right.
a birthday.
She agreed.
There you go.
So she's not coming.
Mike, that's some Jersey shit right there. You used the birthday
He used a birthday
as
card.
a weapon.
I had to soften her up a little bit.
There you
I had to
go.
soften her up a little bit. You know?
Exactly. It would have stung a little bit more. Oh,
Dave,
man.
I hope you have a good night, man. Happy birthday to you again, my man. All right.
Thanks, man. You guys, let's go. Let's keep rolling.
Right. That's right, man.
You
4-0.
feel
We're
better,
gonna keep
Ben.
on counting these dubs, man.
Thank you,
Feel
Melissa.
better.
See you guys.
All right, peace. That's our guy, Ben, man. Happy birthday to Ben. Melissa, let's go ahead and do the little dual box here. You know what? We have the pressers. Do you want to react to the game first, or you want me to continue with the pressers? Because I'm going to let you rock out
I
for the
can
rest of
wait.
the show with me. You want to wait?
I can wait.
All right, so this is what we'll do, man. Let's go ahead and bring Brandon Aiyuk up here in this Packers-looking jersey. I got to see what the hell he's wearing, man. I don't know what the fuck this is. This
It looks more like Eagles green.
What is this? What the fuck is he? No. All right, 56 green and yellow. What is this? What is this? Does anybody know?
Is that like a Oregon Ducks alternate jersey?
I mean, okay. See, you asked a cheat question. Let me tell you. This could be pink and bedazzled, and I would say, yeah, it's probably an Oregon Duck alternate jersey because that I swear that school does more jersey combinations than I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't know what their real color. I know it has something to do with green and white, but I don't know. They wear like black. They wear shiny white. They wear all kinds of shit. They have the coolest jerseys in the college football game. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I only asked because, you know, they did the Iowa State thing between Purdy and Kittle, so maybe it's like another college thing where you had to lose a bet and
He
wear
went to
something.
Arizona.
Okay, but the team bets each other, so this is the only thing that I could think of if it's not NFL.
You think you think somebody will ask him about it?
Probably.
All right, let's see if they get to it. Come on. Let me know if you can't hear it.
What does it do for the offense when McCaffrey's having that kind of day and kind of setting the tone early?
Put points on the board. He does that. He puts points on the board, 4 touchdowns early.
For everybody?
Just gets us going. Just gets everybody going. I think since he's been here, I think he's for sure opened it up for everybody. So yeah.
Did you expect the deep ball to be as available as it was today, just given the style of defense that they play?
We thought we had an opportunity to get a couple shots, not the ones that we ended up hitting. They were a little bit different than we expected, or at least I expected. But Kyle called a great game, and we got to exploit the areas of the field that they were lacking in, and it just happened to be some deep balls that we haven't hit in the past, so that was pretty exciting.
Brock completed 21 passes. Are you guys aware of his first 13? Do you guys have any sense of what's going on during the course of the game, or is it like after the game? You look at the box score and you're like, damn, you realize that.
Yeah, we didn't know until just right now when Kyle was breaking down the team. He told us that he was 21, and then we didn't even know what the one incompletion was, and then I think he's not even in here. He told us that it was just a throwaway on third down, so that's crazy. But it just tells you the type of quarterback that he is and how efficient he is, and knowing where to go with the football.
Obviously, you missed last week, but how do you feel right now? Come back from that shoulder injury, and how do you feel with your performance right now?
I feel good. Coming into the game, just wanted to get back rolling, get back on track, and I think we did that today.
Brandon, what's the jersey you're wearing? What's the significance of it?
It's just a brand. It's not no significance. You like the fit today?
No, hell no. Hold up. No. It's just a brand. This is a hockey jersey or old school football. Like what? This looks like the Reebok jerseys from back in the 90s. Like what? You can't just say it's a brand and then you don't tell us what the brand is. I'm ready to Google some shit and he's not saying anything. Let me do my Googles.
Let me do my Googles.
You know what, man? You know what? Aiyuk just inspired me. You know what I'm about to do right now? I'm about to do my hair like Aiyuk has his hair. Hold on. Let me do the Aiyuk hair. Let me see where he pulled it from. He pulled it from behind his ears. I got y'all. I'm gonna do the Aiyuk hair right now. Hold on. Here we go. I'm gonna do the Aiyuk hair. And if he says the name of this brand, I'm gonna find the jersey and see if there's any colors that I like. All right. Boom. All right. Did I do it? I got it. Did I pull it off, Melissa? You got to let me know here. I'll zoom in. Did I get it? Did I get the Aiyuk hair?
Yeah.
I got it. All right. I think I did pretty good. All right, here we go. Ask him again, Matt.
Brandon, what's the jersey you're wearing? What's the significance of it?
It's just a brand. It's not no significance. You like the fit today? Like the fit? Appreciate that.
You got some extras? How fun is this? I mean, you guys are, I realize it's 4 games, but you guys are rolling over teams. It doesn't happen tons in the NFL to keep doing that. I guess, how fun is it to do this?
It's a whole bunch of fun. Just to be able to come in, even not on game days, just come in and work with these guys. A bunch of people that just want to come in and work. And then we get to come out here on Sundays and get to show to the world the work that we put in. So we're having a whole bunch of fun. But we still know what our goal is and what we can accomplish and what we want to accomplish. So we're trying to find that balance of having fun with each other and getting the work in. I think we're in a good spot with that right now.
Is there any talk this week about what's coming up on the schedule next week, next Sunday night?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think Coach did a good job trying to keep us in the moment, keep us present, because the team last week played this team that we just played today last week. And whatever you could say, whatever happened, we don't know what happened, but just keeping us on track, keeping us focused on this week. And we attacked this week, and now we can enjoy this one today and then worry about who we got coming out here next Sunday.
You said you didn't realize Brock was 2021 until Kyle mentioned it. Was that part of Kyle's kind of breakdown in the locker room to note that there was only one incompletion all game?
Yeah, just breaking down the team, letting us know how Purdy did. We don't really know the stats on the field and stuff like that. Letting us know that McCaffrey had 4 touchdowns. letting them know that I went for 150 as well. So yeah, appreciate it.
Okay, Melissa, you want to keep going with the pressers? Because up at the podium next is Fred Warner.
Okay.
Yeah, keep going.
Yep.
All right.
After this one, how do you feel about how the defense played?
So, the initial feel.
Let me just tell you something, Melissa. You putting a lot of pressure on yourself. You better come with some fire. You gonna let all these pressures go before you overreact to anything? I'm expecting you to bring some heat, some challenging questions, some fire comments. I'm just letting you know I'm in a really, really good mood. So
Jersey doesn't need to be asked 3 times
right.
if they got fire.
All right. Okay. I digress. All right, here we go. You're absolutely right. You 100% right.
How do you feel about how the defense played?
So, the initial feeling right now, I got to watch it. Just situationally, before the half, that 2-minute drill, giving up those points, and then when we have them backed up, we got to keep them backed up, especially not give up a 99-yard drive. So, some things to improve upon for sure.
I'm glad the leader of the defense acknowledged that.
You didn't get a takeaway as well. I know that's a big emphasis for you guys. Is that something to work on going into Dallas on Sunday?
Yeah, I'd say so. We had some ops there, me included, and we just got to capitalize when they're there.
He dropped one.
As far as the mindset of Dallas is next week, was any attention paid to that, or is it tough to keep from looking ahead a week to a game that's going to be a marquee game in the NFL?
Not at all. Not at all. I wasn't thinking about it. I know our team was locked in on the Cardinals all the way through. Especially with them coming off a big win against the Cowboys, so we weren't looking ahead at all.
How are you feeling right now about being undefeated? I think you and the Eagles are the only undefeated teams. I know you guys got a long ways to go, but how do you feel about the start so far?
Feel great. That's exactly what we talked about, starting fast. It's not about we didn't need to go through some adversity in order for us to be locked in, right? I think the mindset has been to be locked in from the start. I think when the offense is scoring like they are, and obviously we got some things to work on our side, but holding them to 16 points, that's going to be winning football all day long.
Brenda was just saying.
How impressed are you with just the ease at which Christian McCaffrey seems to be able to get through defenses and how much he opens up for other players?
Yeah, could talk about that guy all day long. Incredible player, great mindset, and the things that he's able to do. I think his ability to run the football to start this season has been, I think, his biggest just jump. I think. He obviously has always been a great player, but running through contact, he obviously does all those things out of the backfield, catching the football, but his mindset and mentality when he's running the football right now is his best I've seen.
Jake Brendel said this is the most fun he's had playing football, and Brandon, you just in here talking about the fun you have during the week and then getting to play together. Are you feeling that, and how much of a difference does that make?
Absolutely. I think we have a team right now that a lot of guys just enjoy playing with one another, playing alongside one another. And I think that's that chemistry, going through hard things together. And, I think I'd be right there with them. Winning is fun for sure.
Drebo combined for 10 tackles today each. What does it mean to have him at this level right now? Kind of, feels like it's really taken him to another level, and you playing alongside him. What is that, tandem best in the league?
You was trying to get me to say that, huh? No, I'm kidding. Dre's always been an outstanding player. I guess people don't want to talk about him as much just because I play alongside him. I don't know what it is, but he's always been great. And hopefully this is the season that he finally gets his recognition. We got to keep working together. Thanks.
All right, that was the Aiyuk presser. There is another one that's already loaded here. It is Christian. Oh no, it's Brock Purdy. You ready, Melissa?
Yep.
She said, "Stop asking me, Mike. Just get these pressers out the way so I can air some shit out."
Completing passes at such a high percentage. Do you know that?
Hold up. Is he wearing a jean jacket?
He's copying Fred Warner. It's like he was wearing one of Fred's jackets.
Hold up. No.
Mike, it looks just like what Fred was wearing. Only it says fur on it.
Oh shit. Oh my God. Oh man, these are Jordache jackets. Y'all remember Jordache? Let me shut up. Let me stop. Let me stop telling you how old I am. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Let me chill. Let me chill. Let's go, Brock. Come on.
Played against
Captain,
passes at
team
such a high
captain.
percentage. Do you know that the ball hasn't hit the ground much today?
Most games, yes. Honestly, today, I'm not lying. Like, they told me I had one incompletion at the end of the game. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, today was just one of those games I really wasn't thinking about it. But there's games where it's like I'm completing the ball and it's like sort of in my mind, oh, every single one of these balls has been a completion so far, but today it wasn't the case. So, yeah.
Could you kind of feel like why were things clicking so well in the passing game?
I don't know. I mean, everyone just did their job. We sort of kept it simple. I feel like the quick game stuff, was on point early on. It sort of got us into a rhythm, and then once we had opportunities to take shots down the field with BA, we were able to connect. It was huge today to be able to do that. So, outside of that, Kyle called a great game. Obviously, the run game I feel like opened up some stuff too, and everyone was on point. Everyone was just very, like I said, like detailed. Everybody.
40-yard shot to Brandon, and oh my gosh, catch too. Did you?
Which the first one?
Yeah, it was a little bit off kilter, but
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was
Never
threw it.
that,
I saw
Callie.
him, downfield, and I was like, all right, let's just give him an opportunity ball here. And so threw it downfield, and he made a crazy catch. So I was hyped to get to connect. Yeah. Yeah.
Levi's denim. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I was trying to, but the safety I think it was the backside corner came into the picture, but BA did a great job of adjusting and making a great play. So all the credit to BA on that play.
What do you say about the great day that Christian McCaffrey had?
Yeah, he's a freak. He does everything for us. Obviously, can run the ball, can run routes out of the backfield, can line up as a receiver and run routes. He does everything, man. So we're thankful for him. He's a dog. He takes some hits, but man, he just keeps going. And all you got to do is get the ball to that guy in space, and he does the rest. So very thankful to be playing for him or with him.
With him, that's right.
If I remember correctly, you said that when he was trying to learn the offense just to play against the Chiefs right away, that you were running plays for him, verbally and trying to get him caught up on the playbook. Could you tell right away that this guy was just something really ridiculous in terms of football knowledge and way to apply things?
Yeah. Just his detail and the focus that he had, we'd go out to the field, just him and I, and walk through plays and stuff. And he was all focused in. And I'm like, okay, is this like an act or is he like being for real? And then he would do it every day. And then we'd sit down at the table the night before a game and do it. And he's all focused, and he's the same guy today. So it's like, that guy, he is the way he is because of obviously his preparation, his focus, and his mindset. Like he's on another level. So, yeah.
Kyle has given you a couple opportunities on fourth down. It's a tough one to do. How do you believe what does it mean to you, I should say, that you've kind of earned his trust as quickly as you have, and how do you think you did it?
Yeah. I mean, I just think, everyone on our offense, once you get the ball in their hands, they can do something crazy with it. And so, he trusts in everybody trusts in Kyle, including myself. And so, when we're, on the other side of the 50 going in, we're in, field goal range or 4 down territory. Like we know that, we have an opportunity to go for it on 4th down just because that's the way he is. He's got an aggressive mindset. He trusts in this team. We got guys that have played a lot of football. And so we sort of, expect it. And it goes back, it goes both ways. Players got to trust him. He trusts in us. We're very thankful for that. And we want to continue to have that relationship moving forward. So, yeah.
What you had today with the 3rd down, you run the 3rd down play knowing you're probably going to go for it on 4th. If you don't get it there, is that kind of
correct? Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be like that a week where you're not talking about the throws you missed and want to have back. Or maybe the one throw that you missed that you want to have back.
Wait, I'm sorry.
We've gone through consecutive weeks where you thought, hey, there's a deep one I could have made. This one I could have made.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to think that this week.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm still mad about the one I missed to Christian. He broke out. He was open. I should have hit him, and then we would have been in field goal range. So, I mean, that is something that I'm going to have to learn from and wish I could have had back. But, everyone did their job today, and they helped me out, and O-line did a great job. So it's a well just orchestrated offensive day.
For the most part, this team has been kind of hitting on all cylinders in the 4 wins. When you talk about trust, is that part of why?
Yeah, it's huge. Just everything, the way we go about meetings and the way guys lift and practice, everything. Like, everyone's on a mission, and we expect a lot out of ourselves, and obviously every game matters for us. We have a end goal in mind, but everyone's hungry to do the little things right. And the coaches are hard on us when we win, but there's plays to be made out there. There's things that we could be better at. And I feel like last week we sort of took that to heart, and guys came out just very detailed this week, so felt good. Thanks, guys.
It's our team captain, Brock Purdy, right there, man. Speaking up on behalf of the offense, we're going to hear from Christian McCaffrey next.
Guys.
Feel about how things went.
TMC!
It's a good day. Yeah, good day. That's a good team. They've shown a lot on tape. Scrappy, they play hard. So to come out with a win, it's awesome.
I don't know that you've done a lot of hurdling, even on the field. Does that just come natural when you see a guy at your feet? You're going full speed. You just kind of go over.
I think it's it's pretty instinctual. Yeah, I don't think you don't plan those things, and that's why I love football. You can just go out there and be completely free. Obviously you got an assignment to do and a track and reads, but after that, it's just let it flow and play with instincts.
What did it mean to you to get to 13 straight games, touchdowns, passing Jerry?
Oh, that means a lot.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's lying.
Touchdowns are a lot of fun, so hopefully we can keep it rolling.
Don't mean shit. We out here to win.
Scored 4 touchdowns in the game, maybe since Stanford, or
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think 4 might be my most.
Let's go.
Didn't even know you had 4, so he wasn't thinking about getting you the 5th. You obviously pretty knew you're not the kind of guy who would campaign for winning. And somebody back in my head, and 5 would have been nice.
That would have been nice. No, he's obviously got a lot going on in game, and that's the last of anyone's worries is to do that. So as long as we scored, I was happy.
A lot more on involvement in the passing game today. I mean, you're always involved, but in terms of having balls thrown to you, what opened that up?
I think just sticking with it, in this offense, there's so many guys who are dynamic with the ball. The first and second read are typically open when you have a great route runners who can catch, and you have a tight end who can do everything you want him to do, and you have a fullback who can do anything you want. So it's, if you don't get to that 3rd, 4th read, and you have a play caller who sets it up to be like that. So, and then a quarterback, obviously, who's phenomenal. But some games you just works out that way. Some games it doesn't. You just got to be ready for when the ball is thrown to you.
Brock was 20 of 21. Did you realize that while it was happening, or did you?
I didn't know that till after the game. His one incompletion he threw to me, so that's on me.
He said he should have got a first down.
No, I mean, we'll have to check the tape. It could have been my fault. We'll see.
That wasn't going to be a first down. It was pressure. It was short of the sticks, far short of the sticks.
You always get the ball a lot. This game really might have a focus on you.
I don't think about those things. I just, for me, it's about being in the moment. Each play has a life of its own, and you have to live in that play and go from there. And whatever happens at the end of the game happens. But it's just about being extremely present and preparing every week.
And that's why the touchdowns in a row don't matter to him.
Swing pass.
No, I have not yet.
Because of all the blocking in front of you, and there's so many 6 or 7 guys that seem like made great blocks. Do you see that as that play's developing, or is it just a feel?
I think it's a multitude of things. I think it's first off trust. Even though it's a swing pass and you're in space, you still have a job to press blocks, to set up blocks, and then obviously make one miss. And in this offense, if you make one miss, you could be gone. And so Juice had an amazing block. He took the MDM on the right, and Debo blocked his guy into the end zone, and then all the blocks that came on the inside. It's so fun to play for a team that takes pride in blocking. You got a guy like Debo and Aiyuk and Jawan, and today out there Ronnie and Ray and Juice. I mean, the list goes on. Kittle, who just every game, that's kind of the standard, and then an O-line who just is unbelievable. It's fun because you don't know which play is going to pop.
LeBron James fan.
Yeah, I'm a LeBron James fan.
Tweeted about you in the Nova game.
I saw that. Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, I didn't know he watches Niner football, but got to get him to a game.
You were traded here. October 20th last year. So 19 days shy of a calendar year that you've been here. Does it seem like a long time ago, or does it seem like yesterday? How would you and sum up this almost year? I mean, been such a big part of this team now. What's it been like?
It feels short. I still feel like but also I feel comfortable. But I think the cool part from my perspective is how these guys took me in a year ago, and none of that's changed. Like I said, I got the call I was traded. John Lynch called me right after that, and then I got a call from George Kittle. He was the third person that called me, and that's just kind of a testament, and he represents the whole team and kind of how they took me in. So I'm just really honored and blessed to be a part of this team.
He said he knew you were good when they traded, very good when you were traded for you, but he didn't know you were this good. Do you hear some of that? I mean, I know you don't want to be bragging about yourself, but does that feel good that you're showing this to your teammates?
Yeah, I think, especially like I said, on this team, it's about showing up every day. The standard is so high. Trent's a Hall of Famer, arguably the best left tackle to ever play. And you got guys on this team who the standard was set. They built this culture for 6 years. They went through a lot of tough days.
Yes, sir.
Obviously,
Yes, sir.
I had my good times and bad times in Carolina, and to come into a team where the culture's set and to watch the way that these guys play, it forces you to want to elevate your game and do everything you can for them because they're doing the same for you.
Yeah.
We've talked about this a fair amount, but you just referred to Brock as phenomenal. And so what is it? What about him and the work that he's put in that has made him a phenomenal quarterback?
I think you can just go down the list of what makes a quarterback good, and he checks every box. And then he has all the intangibles. So
I'm gonna talk about that later.
Phenomenal. I mean, it's really, and then he brings a kind of swagger and energy every day that is fun to be around. He's quiet, but he's very confident, and he expresses that in the way he plays. So it's just awesome having him in the huddle.
Inclusion of BA, since obviously he was out last week, how does the inclusion of BA open up your offense, and how has he looked this year, compared to last year?
Yeah, BA's amazing, man. I told him it's nice when you miss a game, and I remember he cares about this team so much. Last game, probably be pissed at me for saying this, but he was kind of in tears that he couldn't suit up and play. And so to me, that meant a lot because I saw how much he wanted to be out there with us. And even though it was something minor, he wanted to play so bad. So to come out here and have
I'm gonna talk about
the day
that
that he did is awesome. Just a great guy to have on our team.
Lead was down. So lead was down at 21-16 before your fourth touchdown. At what point, going into that drive, do you say we need this one more than any other one? And how did you go about getting that?
Yeah, I don't know if we ever have those kind of thoughts or conversations because every drive is equally important. Obviously, there's some where the stakes are higher, but we treat every play the same. It's just about executing and doing your job. That when you have a play caller like that, you don't know which one it can be. So, like I said, it's special to be a part of a team where that's the case. Appreciate it, guys.
Okay, let me see who else came up after him. We got Nick Bosa coming to the podium almost right away. He is not wearing a denim jacket. His shit looks like a straight up sheet. This motherfucker is wearing a whole sheet.
Before those start, you got knocked to first.
Because he's a bad man.
Time in franchise history on the offense, they scored 30 or more points in each of the first 4 games.
Feel great. I think whenever they do that, there's a really good chance their defense is going to show up and get a win.
Say, when you're on the sideline, are you able to marvel at your own offense?
Oh, yeah, I'm watching.
McCaffrey and Purdy, what did you see from them today?
Just efficiency, really good run game like we always have, and just everybody doing their job. That's all it takes with this team.
Your own defense, how you guys play today?
I think we obviously have a little bit of a bad taste in our mouth about some things, letting them go 99 on us.
Yes,
but
sir.
all
Good.
week we gave them
Twice I heard
a
that.
ton of respect.
Yes.
I think it was warranted. They have a really good I think they're moving in a great direction as an organization from the past, and we reiterated that throughout the week, and we knew they were going to fight.
MVP talk kind of generating around Christian. Not many guys partner quarterback get that award. Would you like to see that in the conversation? Do you think Christian could be the MVP?
Of course, yeah. Whenever he's out there, it changes everything with his ability to catch the ball and obviously run. I told him after today, he was sitting in front of me at the NFL honors, and hopefully I'm sitting in front of him and congratulating him.
You know he was this good?
Yeah, I
It's a
actually was
stupid
talking
fucking
about
question.
this
Come
with
on,
the
man.
D-line.
We know who
As
the
a
fuck Christian McCaffrey.
D-line, I don't give too much respect to running backs usually, just because of how well we've played the run since we've been here. But I
His
think
reputation is what it was.
my
Come
mind
on,
has
man. Like, what the
changed on
fuck do you
that a
think?
little bit. There's definitely some
Oh.
guys in the league that you have to really prepare for, and
Did you know
he's
Christian McCaffrey was this
definitely
good?
one of them.
No, I thought we traded for him because he was trash. Like, what the fuck is he supposed to say? Of
You were
course
just
he knew
saying
he was this good.
The Cardinals offense, all kinds of respect going into this. But what did Dobbs do that kind of maybe even opened your eyes a little bit more?
He was poised. He was getting rid of it quick, accurate, and in the quick game, and escaping the pocket a little bit. He's a good quarterback.
Was it a bit of a deflator when they went for that big punt to have to go back out on the field?
Yeah, I was a little surprised. Backed up like that, they'd go for it. I thought we stopped it, but did they score on that drive? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
What
tough.
the fuck? Yes, they did.
Said that you felt it was the best performance of your defensive line so far. How do you feel about it today?
I think we did a really good job. There's some run game stuff that we need to iron out and be a little better with, but with the ops we got, I think we rushed well. I need to watch the tape. I feel like whenever a guy on our D line gets a one-on-one and the quarterback's not getting rid of it quick, there's a good chance he's going down. And Javon's sack was perfect timing. He had the one-on-one. I think everybody else was doubled up. So the fact that we have guys who could win at a high clip when they get those chances, it's dangerous. Thank you.
All right. Let me see if there's anything else. I don't think there is. Okay. I will go to the end. I believe that is the end. I will take it off. If someone else pops up there, we will get into it. But for now, you guys are stuck with the M&M show. See what I did there? Mike and Melissa. Let's go. Melissa, what's going on, my friend? The 49ers go out there and handle business. The pressures are officially over. And we put up over 30 points for the first time this season. Opponent scores 16. Not the worst outcome on the point total. Obviously not the best one either. What were your thoughts on this game?
Can I just say that everybody needs to chill on the Greenlaw hate? Like, the first words out of everybody's mouths, and I listened to a bunch of shows before you went live, 'cause you weren't the first today. Everybody said, "Oh, well, we've calmed down on the flags today, and that's mostly because Dre Greenlaw didn't get any big penalties today." It was just like, you do realize that he's not the only one that repetitively gets flagged, and if he does, it's usually ticky-tacky, and they're actually making a joke now that he had to, like, literally have his hands like this while he's backpedaling away from the play just so he doesn't get flagged. That's how ridiculous this has gotten, and that any content creator, whether you're a Niner fan or not, is making a joke or making that a thing that they think funny is really, really sad and pathetic to me. That beyond pisses me off that a player has to be that worried about costing his team drives that he literally has to have his hands up the second guy is down and the play is over and has to like backpedal 10 steps back real quick just to make sure he's not even standing over a guy. Like, that's taking quarterback hitting to a whole new level that he has to back up from any player on the opposing offense. That pisses me off as a defensive fan and that our own fan base is further pushing this dumbass narrative beyond pisses me off. I like literally knocked my phone over twice, and I actually broke my stylus because I was just so pissed off hearing that. And they're laughing, Mike. Like, why the fuck are we as a fan base laughing about this? It's not funny. It's not funny how much our defense is being penalized for the dumbest shit ever, and we have to make light of a guy who's just literally trying to be there for his brothers and not become the laughing stock. And every time Fred Warner gives him praise, like people go and just like brush it off like it's no big deal. Fred Warner says it every freaking time that he's up there that Dre Greenlaw is that guy. Like, I wouldn't be half the player I am without him next to me. It's crazy to me the disrespect that he's shown from his own damn fan base.
Right. You know, it's kind of tongue in cheek, right? They say it and it's like, oh, Greenlaw didn't get the, like whatever. But Trent Williams gets a penalty every single game. Trent
He's
Williams gets either a
untouchable.
false start or a
But he's
fucking holding,
untouchable.
and no one says anything to him because, oh, well, he was the highest rated PFF guy and he had a 99 in Madden. And like, listen, there are people who regularly get penalties on teams, right? But we pick and choose which guys we want to villainize, which guys we are willing to just completely look past it. Like, oh, Trent Williams got a penalty. Yeah, it's okay because he's really good, right? Is
And I
Dre
have
Greenlaw
I
not
have a
really good?
follow-up. The thoughts and words that come out of my mouth come from North Jersey, and specifically this one person that do not reflect nothing but Niners or Mike Andrews in any way, shape, or form. So do not throw slander for him. What I'm about to say. I am sick and tired of Kyle Juszczyk and Deebo Samuel getting passes for every single mistake they make, and everybody else is just fair game to be thrown shade at.
Right.
It is
Well,
not
and
right. If you're gonna go at one player, go at them all. I have no problem with you want to call people out. I don't care if you want to be that one person where we get like 49 points and we have like 3 points given up on the other side, and you want to cry about 3 points, whatever have you. But the fact that Deebo Samuel is the turnover king, the fact that Kyle Juszczyk is being used over half this freaking offense, and none of them are getting the rubs that they should get, and they could do way more explosive plays and way more in the blocking scheme, I think, in my opinion. And that the fact that everybody is like making light of it's pathetic to me. It's absolutely sad.
it comes down to favoritism. It really, really does. The second that people thought Ambry Thomas gave up a touchdown pass, I can't tell you. I saw it on Twitter. Get Lenore off this. I mean, God damn it. Get Thomas off this team. Thomas needs to go back to the bench. Like it was all this Thomas hate. But again, and I still to this moment haven't gone back and watched the game. I haven't seen the all 22. Thomas was responsible for two people on that play. He had the shallow guy and the deep guy, and the safety who was over him was Huff. And then there was a touchdown play to the deep guy. He turned once he saw the ball and the trajectory of it. He turned to go try to get there, but he was behind. I thought he was covering the guy underneath, but people willingly just crucified Ambry Thomas. No one said, hey, where's Travarius Ward on this play? Why isn't Ward out there? And why is Thomas the guy that's actually out there on this play? No one said that. So it's what happens is, especially in this fan base, it's easy for a narrative to be created about one player, and they will just run with it until the right content creator or beat writer says, this guy is actually really good. That's when people's minds will start to change. And that's why I do the things that I do on this platform, where I highlight guys, I defend guys, and vice versa. I also say when guys fucked up, so it's just
Which
it's
I
stuff that you
respect,
won't see a
but
lot.
I do think that usually when those scenarios happen, it's usually for like a week or two or drive or two, and then they go right back to how they really feel about a player. And that saddens me as a fan to see that. Like,
Yeah.
that's the first thing on like 5 different podcasts, Mike, that I heard. It wasn't Christian McCaffrey had a big record or that we held another team under 20 points or none of that stuff. It's just we're making pot shots at our own players. Like it breaks my heart. Like that kind of ruins the fun and the win for me. But at the same time, I wanted to shout out some good things I saw because
Let's get
I
to the
love this
positives.
team.
Come on.
I love this team, Mike.
Come on.
I love that they are finally like cracking down on tackling. I felt like that was like a huge issue the first 2 weeks. The wide tackles, the really bad angles. Um, I love that. You know, I felt like on that 99 yards down touchdown drive.
Mm-hmm.
Like Greenlaw got hurt, and I feel like every time there's like that one big injury, especially to one of those key players that's kind of like the heartbeat of the defense, things start going wonky.
Yeah.
But it was brought up earlier where Fred Warner was like on the sidelines restless to come back in. I feel like in years past that would have eaten them more, especially against division games. Like you remember back then we would watch Kyler Murray run on our defense and it just started pissing off the defense. They got really sloppy. They would go for these weird angles and they get sloppier and sloppier all game long because they couldn't take down a squirrel. And I feel like now it's like they're really taking the credo of this young quarterback and they're not letting it phase them in the game. They'll beat themselves up at it as soon as the presser is and when they're in the locker room and the rest of the week until the next game. But it feels like in game, they're not letting it detract from what their ultimate goal is.
Yeah, this team has done a very good job of compartmentalizing each individual play. All right, this happened on this play. I'm not going to let it carry over, right? No more do you see a DB give up a play and then all of a sudden teams target him 5-6 times in the next drive, and then he's a liability. Those days are over for this team. That
Also,
doesn't
I
happen
thought
anymore.
I thought it was also impressive was it was early in the game and there was this drive where they were trying to run right and the entire team was going right and it felt like this is that game where they're gonna switch back over real quick and they're gonna screw us on the left. And then
Lenore set
just
that
like
edge.
everybody came from the left, like the 2, 3 guys that were over on the left, and they like you're not getting past us.
Yep.
Like you're not gonna make us flood one side of the field and get past us.
Yeah, I saw that same exact play. That was it was, I'm not going to call it a sweep, but they handed the ball off to him and Dobbs broke all the way to one side. And then when he saw the wall of red, he cut back. And normally that's a big gain against the Niners, right? But Lenore set the edge.
Especially
He got
against the
out
Cardinals.
wide. Right. Lenore got out wide and forced him to come up the middle. And boom, Huff was right there to minimize the game. Like, bro, it was beautiful. It was beautiful execution because for all intents and purposes, those two guys were out of the play. Those two guys could have started,
I almost wish
putting
this
the
game was
guard
on
down or
Prime
whatever.
Video so like I could rewind that and just watch that in like slow-mo.
Exactly. That let me tell you, I wished during this game that I was watching this on the Prime View, on the next gen Prime View, because it's damn near all 22 and you can see it all kind of playing out. But you saw the whole defense shift, and then as they started to cut back, it's like, oh my God, all of those guys are out of play now. But then you saw Lenore break his guy down, get to the outside, and he got low. Like, if you're coming this way, I got you. And then boom, he had to cut back inside, and Huff was right there. It was a beautiful play. I praised the play live as it was happening. I thought that was a phenomenal play by the defensive guys, man. They were doing out there and held their own.
We got the Drake Saxon batted balls back again, which I've been missing.
Yeah.
By the way, I think I'm gonna finally throw away my prediction because it feels like the more I want it, the more it's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna give up predicting a pick six because I feel like every week I say it, and every week it doesn't happen, and it breaks my heart. So I think I'm gonna give up on calling for sacks or pick sixes because it feels like it's not gonna happen until I give up on it.
Yeah, that was something else that I noticed also. It's like the games where I think the Niners can go out there and get a couple of sacks or, some turnovers, they don't really happen, right?
Mhm.
But I'm not going to stop calling for him because that's an expectation that
No,
I
no,
have
no,
for a
no, no.
team
I'm
that's
not gonna give
putting up
up on it, like
30,
in general. I'm gonna stop calling it before the game or during the
like
game.
predicting it. Yeah. I get what you're
Yeah.
saying, right? But
Like,
like
you know how some
it,
people don't want to like do score predictions because they think that's gonna screw everything up.
right.
I think this is becoming my new thing where I don't want to do it anymore because I'd rather be surprised and then instead of being disappointed.
But so what's going to happen is, and you're going to feel the same way. I'm going to tell you why. You're not gonna physically say it out loud. Well, you're gonna be thinking it still. If you're not gonna you're not gonna watch the Niners. You're not gonna watch the Niners against any opponent and say, yeah, well, we got them in this game. You're not gonna not think it. You don't know. We as humans don't know how to turn it off. We might not say it out loud because we think it might be a jinx, but we're still thinking it. We're still hoping that that's the outcome, right? I'm still expecting 2 turnovers a game or more from this team. Now it didn't happen, so
Yeah.
now guess what? We got to go out and get 3 now. You know what
Okay,
I'm saying?
I
Now we
have
got to
to
go.
ask you. I have to ask you a question because I had to illegally stream this one, so I missed big chunks. Then my mom got sick with her heart, so I missed like the end of the game.
She's okay.
Yeah, she has to go back to work tomorrow, so I think that's adding to her stress. That and there's this thing with all the mailboxes, like they're closed like to that little thing, so you can't even send back her heart monitor. So that pissed her off earlier, but that's another story for another day. Um, I want to ask you on the Nick Bosa sack, who the hell was holding? Because I didn't get to see it.
Yeah, no. Even on the live broadcast, Mark Sanchez, I don't know what the holding call was on that one. So there were 2 plays that we got penalties on. That one and the Javarius Ward illegal contact or whatever the hell they called on him, pass interference. Both of them, even on the live broadcast, the commentators are like, yeah, I didn't see the penalty. So, I mean, the refs call what they think they see in live time, and there's nothing you can do about that. You just got to eat it, And think about this, there were 4 penalties on the Niners, and 2 of them we didn't see exist. Even going back to the Ward one, Kyle dapped him up on the sideline like, no, that was good coverage. It's cool, don't worry about it, right? Like those are the things that
Kyle's
you just have
gotten
to talk.
chill
You have to
since he's
talk about.
gotten Purdy. Do
Yeah,
you realize
yeah,
how chill he's gotten since he's got Brock Purdy as his starting quarterback? Like this guy used to be like so miserable looking. Like there were games where you would look at Kyle Shanahan on the side of the field and he felt like solid to me. He felt like you were watching him age like almost like a couple months like every single game. And it feels like Shanahan is finally back to like 2017 where he's having fun.
right,
Like once that winning streak started at the end of the year, like he's starting to have fun, he's starting to laugh, he's starting to like celebrate with the guys on the end. Like he wasn't really paying attention to games before he would say, "Oh, I missed that. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that." And it feels like he's more involved now. Like he's more like letting loose and he's trusting his people more now.
right.
And I don't know if that's just a quarterback thing or it's just like I've been doing this a couple of years. I don't have to be on top of everything thing, but it's really nice to see the team kind of grow closer, grow more cohesive while also kind of loosening up because I feel like the teams that get too much into their head usually have those like really bad letdown games, especially against divisional opponents. So that was kind of nice to see. Also, I really love this team, Mike. Like I don't know how to put it into
Mhm.
words. Like and by the way, I was right on my prediction last week. I told you my conspiracy theory about Christian McCaffrey, like he broke another big record today. Another consecutive game with another consecutive touchdown. And I thought it was a little weird that you know, I have no respect for him, but I thought it was really weird that Mark was like making a huge deal about how Christian must really prefer today's win and the 4 touchdowns from a running back over what happened in 2019 versus his Panthers. Like, why the hell would you bring that up? Like,
Wait,
I
say
know
that
that
again.
was a lot.
Mark, who said that? What?
Uh, Mark Sanchez, right? Him and I
Oh,
forget
okay.
who the other guy was that calls games with him. But after McCaffrey's 4th touchdown, they were talking about how The last time that happened to this team was when Tevin Coleman had 4 touchdowns against the Panthers in 2019, and how um, Christian must have really enjoyed this much more because this is him and his team getting it instead of him having 4 touchdowns by a running back scored on his team, and it's just like some of the stupid shit these people say during games just like makes me like shake my head that these players.
So
And it's usually the players who actually played in the league that say this stuff.
so what
It's
happens
really
is
weird.
these commentators get these little notes and nuggets like handed to them throughout the game, and it's kind of their jobs to find a way to tie it in, right? And so when you get
Yeah.
it, it's like, oh, like the last time a running back had 4 scores was actually against the Panthers while he was on this team, right? Like, so he has to try to find a way to tie it in. Like, I'm sure he's happier that it's on the receiving side and or he's on the side giving it out instead of receiving it. But like they just have to try to tie it in. It's no fault to their own. When they had the sideline reporter, she went in and she used the word, I don't remember what the word was, like ostentatious or some shit like that. I forget what the word was that she said. And they were like, "Oh, she's clearly smarter than both of us up here in the booth because they tried to get me to say the word and I didn't even attempt it." Like, so my point is like they kind of openly admit it. Like they ask us to say or mention certain things and we can't always try to tie them into what's going on. So I don't fault them for things like that, especially with like in-game stats. These color commentators, they don't have all the knowledge in their heads. They don't have all the different stats and records and all that shit. They get it handed to them by statisticians who are working the game and pulling this information up as teams are nearing and approaching these records, and then they hand them to them and hope that they can try to work it in. You know what I mean? Like that's what those guys' jobs are, the statisticians and the color commentators, and they don't always get a chance to do it, but sometimes they just kind of force it, and that's where you end up with like stupid comments
Okay.
like that. That's all.
And I need your Jersey Fire when you answer this one.
Oh shit! Here we
Thoughts
go.
on Brandon Ayuk's fingertip deep ball catch coming off
Woo!
injury.
With 2 guys on him. With 2
Yes.
guys on him, right? Brock Purdy stepped back. He wound that bitch up, and I said, "Okay, here we go. Here comes the first incompletion of the night." And when he threw it, it was a catch, and I was like, "Yes." Then they showed the replay from the other side, and you saw how the ball was just like right there in the fingertips, and I was like, "Let's fucking go. Let's go," right? Like Brandon Aiyuk is showing y'all why he's that dude. He's that guy. He's that guy. And I could not be happier for a player. Like I said, the only thing I would have done differently tonight than like just top it off and make it a perfect night was get Brandon Aiyuk in the end zone. That's the only thing I would have done. Just I felt like he deserved a touchdown, but at the same time,
Okay.
I
I
understand
think
Kyle's concepts, right? When we get down there, Brandon Aiyuk could have run a short route and got open, right? But you want to run the ball in case it doesn't work. You want to take more time off the clock and get your team out of there as soon as possible. If it was a pass and it was incomplete, could have been batted in the air, could have been turned over and all that stuff. Take the sure thing. Christian McCaffrey's been on fire. The offensive line was blocking like crazy for him. You take the sure thing, and no matter what the outcome of that individual play was going to be, the clock would keep running. More time off the clock, better chance of you getting your guys off the field healthy. I wasn't mad at it when it's all said and done.
I do have a couple thoughts there. I think with Jawan Jennings being injured and Brandon just coming off injury, and even I think before this game, they were questioning if Debo was going to be healthy with his ribs and his knee. I think one, he didn't want to risk his receivers getting injured, and then the other thing was I don't know if you noticed both. I forget what was the other one, but there was a lot of punching and nonsense fighting coming on from the Cardinal players. And I don't think that Kyle wanted to put his people in danger, especially in the red zone with fighting and all this other stuff, because it felt like the longer this game went on, the more things got nasty, and it felt like he was really trying to keep things calm. Like on the James Conner one when he had his helmet on and Hufanga didn't have his helmet on, like you saw, I like freaked out when I saw it on Twitter because I didn't see it live, but Kittle actually ran onto the field to push Talanoa Hufanga back. Like he's like dude, just let it go, let it go, let it go.
Oh,
And he's
I
like
didn't see that.
shoving him back like 5 yards away from James Conner, who's like making swings at things.
No,
I
no,
saw the
I didn't.
original one that was during the drive, and they had that like that replay of the pushing and the shoving and the punching. But I feel like those kind of things kind of contribute when Kyle starts like to back off a little bit. Like you see him kind of like diagnose what to push and what not to push, and I feel like he got his point across, taking it to Gannon, who I think he's still pissed off about losing that game to in the NFC Championship game without risking his own team to do it.
Right. I don't think Kyle plays with the whole let's get out of here safely, right? There now with that said, I do think Debo was minimalized in today's game. I think that Kittle might be nursing something that we don't quite know about. That's why he only had the one target in the entire game, right? Debo
He was used a
didn't
lot for blocking.
Right. No, well, but that's what I'm saying. So he's going to be out there. He's going to be able to block, and at worst, he can chip. Right. Like Kittle's that kind of guy. But Debo didn't have a single target in the pass game. Not one target to Debo. I do think that they used Debo as a decoy mainly because of how big of a game he had last week. If he's out there, it's going to make the defenses think twice about it. Right. So I did think that was part of the game plan. But I don't think Kyle necessarily worries about, oh, they're getting physical and my guys can't protect themselves. This is a physical ass team. Debo's not going to take any shit from anybody.
Not that it's not that they can't protect themselves. I think that we don't want to add any more undue stuff from the refs. You know, like a lot of people really got upset with Trent Williams last week with the punching and the everything else during the Giants game.
Fuck the
And then
press.
people were
Fuck the press.
and people were going back to him throwing haymakers and all the other stuff during the championship game, and I feel like
I don't care.
that no, I respect where you're coming from, Mike, but I also think that this team has such belief in itself and such high hopes and is so trying to avoid their past mistakes that you literally have captains from the offense running on the field for defense to be like, dude, don't let this escalate. Like, I get why you're angry, but
Which
like, calm down,
which was
back
stupid.
up.
I didn't see that happen, but that's also stupid because if an offensive player runs out while the defense is on the field, that's a penalty. We've seen that happen to the 49ers before when they were celebrating something. Brandon Aiyuk and Debo
Yeah, in
came off the
preseason.
sidelines,
Yeah.
and there's a penalty. So even that in it of itself is stupid as well. I don't think that's really what the case is. There was a comment that was made very early in the show where Agent 49er says, "Did you see Huff get into it with James Conner after the game?" Someone
Yeah,
said
that's
that there was like
the
a
one I
punch.
was talking about.
Right. There was a punch thrown and all that stuff. I didn't see it. However, like that's the emotion of footballs, and these guys have to go out there and protect themselves. These guys have to go out there and they have to play this game. That's what they're going
Yeah,
to
but
be
that's
asked to
some
do.
Aaron Donald punk ass bitch move that you literally have your helmet on and you're waiting for the guy not to have a helmet and then you want to start throwing haymakers.
So he actually punched him like in the face.
I'll send you the clip as soon as my
Yeah.
backup phone starts working because right now
I
it's
was going to
being a
say.
little whore.
I was going to say, I didn't see it, so I don't know what exactly played out or transpired. I don't know. But my point is, though, you can't control what other teams do. It doesn't matter if you have backups out there or starters out there. It's not going to make a difference. You got to have your guys go out there and play their game. And Kyle can't be thinking about, oh, well, if I put these guys out there, then this could happen and all that. No, you put the guys out there to execute the plays that are called. That's it. You put your team in the best position to win. I don't think Kyle's thinking about none of that shit. And if these guys want to get prissy and all that stuff, he's got his guys trained. You talked about earlier in the show how Greenlaw, after every play, was throwing his hands up. Hey, I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing, right? We got the penalty for landing on somebody before. Hey, now I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. I'm throwing my hands up. That's fine. That's part of our game. We've been seeing it for years. Jawan Jennings has been doing that for 2 years in a row. After he blocks the shit out of somebody, pancakes someone, and they get up swinging on him, Jawan Jennings throws his
Yeah, but
hands up.
the thing,
Boom, boom, boom.
okay, but
Shot
the
to
thing
the
is,
face mask, and here's
everyone
15 yards
knows.
in that paper.
Okay, so you can blame him for like dropped passes, which by the way, everybody has, even the glorious Travis Kelce. Okay. You can blame him for stupid penalties and stupid fighting and crack blocks, and he's earned every last one of those criticisms. But the one thing that Jawan Jennings doesn't do is he isn't a fool. He knows how to use his words without getting a taunting penalty or starting a fight. He knows how to like just get under a guy's skin no matter who he is, even like the most calm, cool, collected guy, and he just nargles people. And it's not even usually on any of the catches that he makes on third downs or deep downs or those downs where it looks like it's gonna be 3 and out, and then they just go to Juwan Jennings, or like those plays where it's kind of like stifled and then they go to Jennings. It's usually like when he's blocking for someone way downfield or clearing out a lane with Trent Williams or George Kittle or Kyle Juszczyk, and he has this way about him, and he ever since that first year where he got to actually play because his rookie year he was injured and then on the practice squad and stuff, but he has like this weird knack for being known for picking fights and getting under God's skin without actually doing anything to really like legitimately earn it.
Yeah, I mean, it comes with playing, and that comes with expertise and all that stuff. You know who else was like that a lot, and he played here with the 49ers for a little bit?
Mhm.
Anquan Bolden. Anquan Bolden would get under people's skin so fucking much in the game. You know what I'm saying? But Bolden wasn't one to play with. He wasn't one to play with. Bolden to beat the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy was different. This guy broke his face running the ball. I'm not exaggerating at all. He broke his face running the ball. So, like it just comes with the territory. This is NFL football, and that's what these guys are going to be asked to do. And
Mike,
they
I
gotta
just
learn to do
DM'd
it.
you the post
Oh, okay.
with James
All right.
Conner.
Yeah, I'll look at it really quick. But like these are the things that people just they just have to see what's going on. Oh, he legit like mugged him in his face. Look at that shit.
Yeah, without a helmet. You know what I think? I think James Conner was kind of feeling himself with
Oh,
ESPN
but
being
this
all
is
in love
after
with
the game.
him.
This is after the game is over, though. So there's no
Like I said,
flags left.
I didn't see when it happened. All I know is I saw Kittle come onto the field and like pull him away.
And for those of you who didn't see what we're talking about, I'll actually show it. If we get in trouble for it, then fuck it, I'll get in trouble. I
Well,
don't know.
that's why I didn't want to show it.
No, it's all right.
That's why I DM'd
Hey,
it
listen,
to you.
man, like the worst thing
I'm
that
not getting
YouTube
you
can do,
cost money.
the worst thing that YouTube can do is demonetize it, and I don't care. I've told you guys this for years. I'm not in this for the money, so I don't care. Like he grabbed him by the mouth and shoved him.
Yeah.
And then Kittle's like, all right, it's cool. Walk away. That's corny as hell. It's corny as hell. And we play y'all again. It's all right. We play y'all again. That's my mindset. I'll see you soon. Don't worry. I'll see you in a couple weeks. Remember that shit. Keep that same energy. He wasn't even looking at him anymore. Like, it looks like they exchanged words, and then he was off. Look.
Yeah.
They exchanged words, and he's looking away from him. He's not even talking to him anymore. Like, who is this guy? Like, what's up with this guy? And Huff's not, well, from what I don't know him personally. He's not that kind of guy.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to mess with any one of.
It's cool. It's cool. I'd have been like, what's my man's name? Carmelo Anthony and Kevin Durant. I mean, not Kevin Durant. Damn, what's his name? KG, Kevin Garnett. I'll see you at the bus. I'll see you at the bus. No cameras. You're gonna have to deal with me, buddy.
You would have been one of those guys that went to their locker room and was like,
Fucking right. You fucking
I
right.
remember
That's
what
me.
you just said.
That's me. That's me. Yep. But again, you also get them again in a year. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you get them later this year. So, you tuck it. You put that one in the holster, and you bring it out later on. He'll have a chance. At some point there will be a one-on-one where he gets to lay the wood on him. He's gonna lay his ass out. And then you know what's gonna happen after that happens? Huff is gonna lay him out. He's gonna say something, yeah, got your ass back. And then he's gonna get up and push Huff, and then there's another penalty on them again. All right, that's just what it is. He's just making deposits in the bank. Well, he doesn't understand that's going to come back with interest. That's all. That's all. So listen, man, the
Yeah.
Niners went out there. They did their thing. I want to wrap this up. I'm not going to belabor in the moment here. Overall, man, this is a really, really
Mike, can
good
I ask
team
you a
win.
question real quick?
You know, go ahead.
The sack given up on Purdy, who was that blocking?
That was Colt McKivitz.
I felt like there was like a tight end over there or something else that got.
No, nope, not a tight end
Okay.
at all. That was Colt McKivitz, number 68. I watched it, and it is what it is. But even that wasn't his fault. I blame all of that on.
I really wasn't starting anything, people. I
No,
just
no,
like
it's okay.
legitimately, like I said, it kept breaking up, and then the health issues are just.
I blame that entire scenario on Kyle Shanahan for trying to force Debo to be a factor in this game. He knew Debo wasn't 100%. He knew Debo was hampering from his rib injury and his knee injury, and Kyle just wanted to get Debo involved. He did the handoff to him. I think what happened was you go the entire first half and Debo's not involved. So now the team is going to start thinking you're a decoy. So I have to go to Debo to make people respect that he's on the field. Otherwise, they don't cover you. Right. So they do the little handoff to Debo. It's a 2-yard loss. It's 2nd and 12 now. And you have to come out passing because you're behind on down and distance. And the defense finally knew it was our first time being down on the down and distance. It was our first time all game where we didn't have a positive gain on a play all game long. So now they know we're passing. Now they're going to pin their ears back. They come out there. Colton McKivitz has to deal with some added pressure. They came at him full force, and Colton McKivitz got beat. This is what's going to happen if the Niners have to get into passing situations, And I just chalk it up to that. That's what that was. And the third down was the first incomplete pass, all on the same series. The only incomplete pass, the only sack, all of that happened after Kyle tried to force the ball into the hands of Debo Samuel for a 2-yard loss. That's just that comes with it. You put your team in a position where they fall behind, and you have to pay the consequences. So that's what it is. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it at all. Niners will be fine. I do want to talk about something though. Third down efficiency for the 49ers was actually pretty impressive. 60% efficiency today. I thought that was good and that deserves some praise. 60% is really, really good for this team. They were 1 of 1 on 4th downs. That's even better, in my opinion. They only ran 53 plays. At one point in the game, Alyssa, I don't know if you know this or not, the Niners had run 23 plays and had 21 points. That is fucking phenomenal. That is absolutely phenomenal. Now, we didn't obviously carry it out that way throughout the duration of the game, but to put that in reference, that was at halftime. All right. At halftime, we had run 23 plays, and we had 21 points. The Jets were 73 plays for 70 points. Like, we were right there with those guys. So the Niners were doing that kind of shit in this game today in the first half. So I was very, very proud of those guys. One punt was inside the 1. I'm going to reiterate that. Phenomenal by the kicking team there. Only 4 penalties. Again, 2 of them were ticky-tack that I didn't agree with at all. There's always going to be penalties that you don't agree with, but there's also penalties that I don't like, but I'll say, all right, I can see how the refs called that. There were 2 of them. I just didn't see how the refs called it. So, see the holding. And I didn't see the play on Charvarius Ward, so it is what it is. But other than that, no turnovers by either team, but by the Niners. And the biggest thing to me was the second half comeback. The Niners only had the ball for something like 12 minutes, I think, in the first half out of 30. Good at all. And they end up finishing the game with 29 minutes to their 30. That's excellent way to come back and rebound and be efficient in the second half, man. I really, really like what the Niners did today.
I also have something to say on that. It felt like a lot last year. We had one good half. It was usually either first half or second half, and the other half was usually trying to tread water or stay on top or just hold off and hope this lasts for the rest of the game. So it felt like back then, and it's not that long ago really, but it felt like we only really showed up as a full team for one half. Or one side of the ball would really show up for both halves, but the other side of the ball would kind of like cost things in the second half, so it would make the other side look like they weren't really performing, but they were. It was just so one-sided. And I feel like the biggest correction that Steve Wilkes has brought to this team, and it feels like everything is always balanced throughout, and especially in this game, because I feel like we usually get the points early, and then we kind of like peter off in like the second half,
Yeah.
but we still expect the defense to hold off and not let any points be scored. And today we were scoring in the second half, and I think that are the kind of improvements we need for those bigger games. Whether we think that the Dallas game or the Philly game during the regular season are big, or the Ravens game, or we're just waiting for the playoffs, I think these are the key things that we needed from an experienced guy that's bounced from system to system to system. And I feel like I know he's really experienced, but I feel like Steve Wilkes is still just trying to tread water and get his feet under from him. I feel like Steve Wilkes feels like a lot like Christian McCaffrey did last year, where he's so experienced and he's so wise. He has so much knowledge, but it's so much catch up that um it really does take you a while to just digest everything and feel comfortable in it. And I really want to give credit to Johnny Holland and Chris Kasarik, and I'm blanking on our DB's coach, and I'm really, really sorry for it. But I feel like those guys and those leaders on the defense really have kind of taken in Steve Wilkes, who took a beloved member that left under their wing, and they're like, "We got you. Like, if you have any struggles, we'll help you with the slack, and don't you dare worry that it's gonna all be on you."
So you have your Daniel Bullocks is the DB's coach right now for the 49ers. But you know, the one thing that we have to make sure we give credit to, or don't put too much pressure on, is Steve Wilkes, right? I've said this all along. I'm going to continue to say it and remind people. Steve Wilkes didn't come in here and change a damn thing. He came over here without a staff. The Niners said, "Hey, this is our system. We want to continue to run it. You can put
And
a
he's not
wrinkle
even
in
putting
here or
his
there."
foot down.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
Mike, he's not even putting a single stamp of his except for in the secondary. Like, he's like Kyle Shanahan right now. He's like, "This is my side of the football. These are my positions that I am in control of. You guys are gonna play to my standard." It's kind of like Kyle with running backs and receivers. Like, Kyle gets really in his head, and he doesn't like people who don't perform to his standards. I feel like Wilkes is the same way. Um, the difference is, I think Steve Wilkes has admired the Niners defense for so long, whether he was playing them as the head coach of our divisional opponent or being part of the Panthers, who kind of went through something similar like we did, where they were struggling, and he's kind of like forced to try to save this franchise. Um, and I feel like that he respects these guys enough to allow them to try things that they've always wanted to try, and let them have the growth and maturity to not only have it happen in games, but to not like freak out and take it away right away if it doesn't work out like the first time, is kind of astounding. Like, he's allowing these guys to come to him and say, like, "We want to have 5 guys on the line. We want to have all our guys and Javon Kinlaw on the line at the same time." Like, he's allowing them to kind of dictate some of the things that they're doing, and I think it's really
Sometimes.
special. I'm not saying
Sometimes.
all the time, but I'm just saying that the fact that he's allowing this. Like, I think it would be different if he grew up in the Niner system and allowed it to happen, but he's coming outside, and he's kind of like being what you would hope he would be. That guy that kind of corrals all this talent, all these ideas all together, and kind of keeps things growing, but also flourishing and not getting away from what makes them so special.
Steve Wilkes is a guy who likes to design a bunch of different blitzes. dial up different pressures and catch teams off guard. The Niners kind of played pretty straightforward tonight. I don't recall a ton of blitzing. I think maybe 2 off the top of my head that I can recall. And as far you specifically mentioned the 5 defensive linemen. I wanted to see that so bad when they were backed up at the half-yard line. I wanted to see 5 defensive linemen so bad, Melissa, and they didn't do it at all. They didn't do it at all.
I know.
Like, if you're not gonna do it right there, like, when the hell are you gonna do it? Don't wait until we have a 20-point lead. That's when we did it before. That's when we did it before when we had a big lead, like, and they're passing, but come on, man, you got them backed up right there. They're either gonna run it or they're gonna try a stupid pass. You gotta get it. That's the time for the 5 defensive linemen. So it's a learning curve. They're gonna learn and they're gonna get better. But what we shouldn't do is
And
after
I
just 4
also
games,
was really
try to
impressed. Like,
criticize and critique these guys too much.
I really was impressed that I felt like Dobbs only had one really big run on us, and it was only for 12 yards.
Yeah, but he finished with over 50. Dobbs did
No,
his
no,
thing.
no, no, no.
I'm not gonna
No,
lie. He was one of the better
I
quarterbacks we've
expected
seen
him
this
to
year.
get yards, Mike. Like he's only won one game, but trust me, I've watched those games. That guy has been running on everybody.
Yep.
The
He's
Commanders,
a decisive guy. He knows when to
the
go.
Cowboys, and I'm forgetting who's the other team that they lost to.
They lost to the Commanders,
Giants.
the Giants, yeah.
Yeah. But he was completely decimating them. Like he was completely their entire offense until they started, sprinkling in Marquise Brown and Zach Ertz and stuff. But it felt like I don't have to hold my breath anymore when it comes to these running quarterbacks.
Mhm.
Like I felt like our defensive line is so good, but that one hiccup was always, but they're running quarterbacks, and I don't get that sick feeling anymore.
Mhm. They're
It's like
containing
now
really, really well.
it's now like with Brock Purdy. Like I used to get so scared every time they went deep, and it wasn't because I knew that it'd be a hospital ball or it'd be thrown into the ground. It was the fact that it was just like such a Jimmy thing to like throw it to a wide open defensive player in the end zone, like with Jalen Ramsey, and it's just I don't get that sick feeling anymore. I don't feel like
Yeah.
these guys are gonna get hurt when they're going up for balls from Brock Purdy the way I used to worry all the time. And
Yeah.
these things, like I think the sacks are coming. Mike, I think the turnovers are coming. I think the punches are coming. I think the batted balls are coming. I think all the things that we're hoping for every week are coming. But I think the team has like taken the slow start that we usually have to begin the year, and they're like really working on the things that have cost them down the road.
Give
It's
me
like
your
they want to get all the building blocks straight, and then they're gonna have the fun stuff.
right. You work on the fundamentals, and then you get to really open shit up later on. That's what the first quarter of the season is. It's always been that way for the 49ers. Don't forget the 3-5 start. Don't forget the 3-4 start. You know what I'm saying? Don't
Don't
forget the
forget the
1-2
0 and
start.
8. Don't
You know what I'm saying? I'm not
don't
going to
bring
go to
up
the
0
0 and 8. I'm not going to go to the 0 and 8. But the three years that I mentioned in particular, those were the years that we went to the NFC Championship and or Super Bowl. Don't forget those years, right? This team, the first quarter of the season is a learning curve for the 49ers. This year is no different. The only difference is we're just much better. So even during the learning curve, we overcome. Melissa, give me your final thoughts. I have 2 final thoughts for us. You go ahead and give me yours, and then we'll wrap up with mine because I got to get out of here. We're approaching that 2-hour mark, and we are on a little bit longer than I expected to be.
My final thoughts are thank you, Christian McCaffrey, for always dropping Jawan Jennings' name with respect, the same way Fred Warner does with Drake Greenlaw. I love that these guys don't even get asked these questions anymore. They want to give praise to who they respect on the team. And it's a nice win. It's a nice, comfortable, happy win. I mean, everyone kept talking about how this team was coming in here on fire with everything, and this was going to be a letdown. And we got over that 30 hump. Like there's not much more that you can ask for.
Yeah. Yep. I like it. I like it a lot. I got 2 thoughts here. I'm going to start with something a little bit negative, maybe not negative, but this little conspiracy theory maybe type thing. Brandon Aiyuk, they talked about him in the presser. I believe it was Christian McCaffrey. I think one of them mentioned how he said he couldn't play. He was kind of in tears last week when they told him he wasn't going to be playing in that short week game. Right. That tells me he thought he was good enough to play. You're not going to be in tears if you know you're not good enough to play. That tells me that he thought I'm okay to play, coach. I'm okay to play. Well, do you feel anything? Well, yeah, I feel a little bit, but I'm all right. Put me in. No, we're going to sit you down. We got a short week, get 10 days. We'll be okay. We got it without you. They made him inactive. This week, in my opinion, Debo was going through something very similar. Maybe I'm wrong. One touch for Debo all night, no other targets all night long. I think Debo was going through something similar. I think that the contract politics played a role in that. Brandon Aiyuk is still on that rookie contract. And while he is a first-round pick and he's getting a decent amount of money, I believe he is the second highest paid wide receiver on the team. But the Niners were just an adamant no for Brandon Aiyuk in that situation, and they let Debo suit up.
I have one little pushback on that. So I think Debo has kind of more Shanahan's favorite because, people kind of expect him for those receiver and running back routes. So he's used more like Kittle, where he's used as a fake and as a threat because those are the people they key more on. And I don't think people still think of Aiyuk that way. But more than that, I think there's this famous quote in this famous game. I'm so going to screw it up. But it was one of the Denver Broncos Super Bowls. You remember where Terrell TD was injured, and he said, "Coach, my eyes shut." And he's like, "You don't got to see. You just got to be out there to fake them out. Otherwise, they're not going to respect this play." And I feel like Debo was used today, just like Mike Shanahan would have used Terrell Davis. It's like,
right,
Debo, I don't need anything out of you. You just got to line up and really run and sell it.
Yep. And that goes to my last thought on that in particular, that topic. Contracts matter. There are a lot of people out there right now saying, "Oh, Kyle Juszczyk is just kind of going through the motions." Grant Cohn started this whole little thing. I've heard other content creators mention it. Kyle Juszczyk is just out there going through the motions. He's not involved in the game anymore, and blah 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 blah. Contracts matter, guys. I'm going to say this again, and I really, really hope you guys take this home. Contracts matter. Christian McCaffrey, highest paid running back, not just in the 49ers, in the entire NFL. He is going to be utilized. And the only time he's not going to be on the field is if he needs a breather. I don't care if Elijah Mitchell's healthy, Mason's healthy, TDP is healthy. None of it makes a difference. He is going to be out there unless he needs a breather. Contracts matter. Debo, you're healthy. We're going to use you the way that Melissa just said, that old Shanahan used Terrell Davis. Contracts matter. You're this guy. You are the guy on this offense. You're getting paid the money. We're going to put you out here even as a decoy. You're going to be out here. Contracts matter. Okay? Right or wrong, that is a thing. Get used to it. Kyle Juszczyk isn't going anywhere. Don't expect to see his playtime cut. Don't expect to see him not out there as much. He is going to be out there in those.
I love you. I love you, but I hate that that's ending on Kyle Juszczyk.
I'm just telling you, don't get your hopes up and don't hope for
I
anything
am
different.
Mike.
Just get used to it.
I quit. I've quit expecting it
I'm
not to
letting you know.
happen.
It's
When
gonna happen.
Mike, when it's the
gonna
first
play a
snap
role.
out of the Giants game on a short week, I know that this bastard's always gonna be there.
He's gonna be there. He's gonna be there, baby. He's herpes. Can't get rid of him. You might be able to quiet him down a little bit, but you can't get rid of it. And if you get upset, bow, he's right back, baby. All right, I'm sorry. My other final thought
Mike,
is this, and
it's gonna be Brad's cockroaches, a Cowboys fan, and Kyle Juszczyk. That's the right nuclear war.
That's right, man. That's right. And my last final thought is this one, man. I am 100%. Let me say it again. I am 100% sold on Brock Purdy. 100% sold on Brock Purdy, guys. There is no more doubt. Tonight, he was 4 for 4 on passes, over 15 yards. Guys, this is it. He's turning a corner. He is turning a corner. Now, granted, this wasn't one of the best secondaries that we're going to play, but the secondary is no slouch either. This was a division game. They were well prepared for the 49ers. This was Kyle showing the world that, hey, we did have a really good plan for that Eagles defense that was led by Gannon. We did have a good plan. Kyle said, I'm going to show you guys what that plan was tonight. Brandon Aiyuk was going to go crazy. The play that Brock Purdy got hurt on was a dialed-up shot down the field for Brandon Aiyuk. Brock Purdy hesitated. He double-clutched it. He got hit in the arm. It was incomplete. He's done for the rest of the game. It's not a coincidence that he went deep to Brock Purdy 2 or 3 times in this game. I'm just letting you guys know that Brock Purdy's turned the corner. The deep passes are there.
It's
Teams are
also
now officially going to respect it. It is a new day for the 49ers. We have our QB1 guys. I don't want to hear shit about any of the other quarterbacks. They're not here. It is time to turn the page. Get behind number 13. He is the guy for now. That is how it's going to be.
I think it's also a huge deal that they're not letting their past ghosts define who they are now.
Yep.
I think it would have been really easy to allow Wink Martindale and all that blitzing get to him. I know it's 10 days apart, but I think that easily could have gotten in his head, or he could have easily gotten in his head that this is the guy that I got hurt against, and this is the guy that I had to still come in with a bum arm to do handoffs because we had no other options at quarterback. And I think it's really astounding that they don't just find guys that are smart and physical and athletic, but that they find someone who's complimentary. And if anyone has a moment of weakness, the rest of the team is just like, dude, chill. You have it like 97% of the time. Let us help you through the 3% where you're a little shaky. Just let it go, and we got you. And
Yep.
I think that's something that this team has grown more and more accustomed to. And I still love that Christian McCaffrey, every freaking week that he's pressed, whether it's at the podium or it's in the locker room, he constantly always talks about how this team is something special, that he's never been in an environment like that. And you even had Javon Hargrave. Like, I don't know if anyone, I hope by now that you listen to Mic'd Up, but or the 49 Hours. He actually went out and I thought this was huge. He actually said that I'm surprised that I'm talking to any of you. Like, I don't talk to people I'm not comfortable with or I don't really know. He goes, but you guys have made you feel welcome. Like 3 weeks in, and he didn't really have experience with Bosa or some of the other guys that were on defense, and he's like cracking jokes with them and completely comfortable with them. Like he's been here for way more than like a couple months. Like, these are the things that are just make this team so much fun to root for and enjoy. And we're going against the Cowboys this week.
Let's
It's
go.
in prime time.
Let's go.
I feel
Sunday
like
Night
something
Football.
special is going to happen.
Let's prepare for it. Let's prepare for it. We're going to get out of here, man. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the Patreon. Melissa, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really
Happy
appreciate
birthday
it.
again, Ben.
That's right. Happy birthday to Ben. Boom. And let's get out of here, Melissa. You ready to go? Let's go. Prepare for
Absolutely.
glory,
Anticipate pain,
but
but
always
always remain faithful. We out of
respect
here.
Brock Purdy's deep balls, baby.
We all gas, no brakes, pumped up, no fakes. We spinning, we winning, we high stakes. We never miss, we all makes. Look at us dudes trying to prove, bringing you news with nothing to lose. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne, Method Man, we bring the pain. Hey. See, I'ma confess it. We under the pressure. If you looking to find us, we them nothing but Niners. Nothing but Niners.